Hi everyone, happy Sunday. Welcome back to your virtual service. This week we're going to read about David and Goliath. So let's get on to the book. First page. David was a shepherd boy. His people were at war with the Philistines. Far away from the battlefield, David used his slingshot to keep his flock safe from the wild animals. Are you ready for your first question? Who were they at war with? The Philistines, the Egyptians, or the Romans? If you chose the Philistines, you are correct. Now let's get on to the next page. One day, a giant Philistine soldier named Goliath dared anyone to fight. David loaded a stone into his slingshot. Next question. What did David use to defeat Goliath? A leaf, a stone, or an arrow? That's right, it was a stone. Next page. David's stone flew through the air, striking Goliath right between the eyes. With a loud thud, Goliath fell to the ground. David had saved his people. Are you ready for your question? Where did the stone hit Goliath? His chest, his foot, or between his eyes? That's right, it was between his eyes. Last page. King Saul made David a soldier in his army. David would one day rule the kingdom. All right, here's your last question. Why did King Saul make David a soldier in his army? Is it because one day David will rule the kingdom? Or was it because King Saul ran out of soldiers? Or was it because David volunteered to be a soldier? That's right, it's because one day David will rule the kingdom. Now that we have read David and Goliath, let's get on to the craft to learn more about the story. Alright, so for today's crafts, you're going to need 2 blank sheets of paper, whatever color you'd like. Also, we're going to need a black marker and some tape. First step, we're going to need some tape to glue or to tape down this paper onto the red one. And you're going to want some borders all around the page, so right in the middle is perfect. As we have read about David and Goliath, my first question for you is, what do we do when there's a problem in our life? First, we must stop and pray to ask God for directions. So that's exactly what we're going to write on the top. We're going to write, stop and pray. My next question is, what do we do when God tells us to face our problems? We go for it, even if it seems scary or impossible. So let's write, we go for it. Now for this border, my question for you is, what if our problem is too big for us to handle? Well, don't worry, because God will help you. So let's write right here, God. For our bottom border, my question for you is, how do we ask God for help? Simply just call on Him for help. Now for our last border, my question for you is, you wonder, why would God help you? Well, it's because He is on your side. So that's what we're going to write on this side is, He is on your side. My final question for you is, how do we know that we will overcome our problems? Because the battle is the Lord's. We are victorious because God has won the victory. So right here in bold letters, we're going to write, the battle is the Lord's. And on this side, we can go ahead and draw a slingshot and some stones to represent the story of David and Goliath. There you have it. This is the craft for this week. Thank you for joining us this week, and I hope to see you all next week. Have a good day. God bless.